Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, many online. Today is our online awakening panel with the theme of sound healing. We have a group of sound healing practitioners that are here. We're going to be introducing ourselves, and they'll be talking about sound healing in general, and what they do, and the impacts that sound healing has on people. We'll be talking this general bit about sound healing about them, and then we'll be taking questions from the audience. It's free to be here to listen and learn, and it's a small price to ask a question of the panel. It is $12 for BIPOC folks and $20 to $28 sliding scale for the rest of us. We've got information on that in the chat and information on how to pay. If you'd like to ask a question of the panel, please do pay first and let us know that you've paid. We'll get you in line. We're here for 2.5 hours, so we're here until 8 p.m. Pacific time or 11 p.m. East Coast time. Yeah, we're excited to all be together to explore this theme. So I think a few things before we get started with the introductions. I encourage you to grab anything to write with, to scribble and take notes. This is a great opportunity to practice opening your intuition. So when we get to the point of questions, and you may have information showing up for you just as we are starting to talk about the theme already, it's possible that things coming through you have to do with the answers that we'll be giving later. So it's just a great opportunity for you to see that what's coming through you might be similar to what the practitioners have to share. It's also a great opportunity to learn from all that's asked and answered, whether or not you're asking a question. And there are a few other specific things I'll share about asking a question before we get to that point. All righty, let's see. Everyone's reorganized on my screen. I think maybe Marcia started us off before. So Marcia, go ahead and the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well tonight. I am Marcia Culver, and I do a lot of different kinds of healing. I started out in massage therapy and then went to Reiki and then realized that I could start using my voice during my treatments, and it made everybody's muscles just kind of melt underneath my fingers. So that was very useful. And then I had a time when that I call my coming out of the closet day, when I did an expo in Billings, Montana at a gymnasium. And, that carries the voice very well. And I was busy all day long once I started singing. So now I've developed this to the point where I can help balance your energy, and I'm doing light language with it. I'm singing things that come to the top of my head. And uh, a lot of it is based on the Irish music that I learned in the first place, that I started out with. But it has grown and evolved, and I'm loving it. And one of my passions is helping people that have had PTSD move through their triggers so that they aren't triggered so badly anymore. So I'm going to give you a little sample because I got a little time here. So just relax and allow yourself to feel whatever comes through. Omar Hilori Shomaru Om Mani Amaru Shelekor Amor Om Madhu Aurina Aur Quiko Amor Shwelaku Amori with you. Oh, more. Oh. Thank you. I'm excited to be on this panel, by the way. That's super cool.
It's really great to have you all together. Thank you so much, Marcia. I think Stacy is next. Is that right? Great.
Hello, I am Stacy Freeman and my business is Stacy Wellness. I am a certified vibrational sound practitioner and also a wellness guide. So I kind of marry the sound healing with nutrition. Like Marcia, I also started out in Reiki and massage, but the other direction. I started with Reiki in 1997 and moved on to massage therapy and had been for a long time looking for a way to marry music and healing. As someone who has been a lifelong musician, I like to say I was singing when I came out of the womb rather than screaming. and and also been playing guitar and performing since I was 12 years old in that way. So I'd been looking for that and looking for that. So upon discovering different ways to go about doing sound healing rather than a traditional educational route of music therapy, which required a 4-year psychology degree first, I started playing with sound, both with my voice and then with bowls. I've been hosting for the last almost 2 years now, New Moon Sound Therapy guided meditations on Eventbrite for free, just to educate people on how sound works. And I continue to do those through the end of this year. And then I do both one-on-one work with people in person and online for sound, as well as my other wellness practicing. And then I also do local events, both, in person sound baths as well as one-on-one work. So to give you a little taste of, say, what that sound meditation that I do on Eventbrite is, I'm going to ask you to give yourself the gift of a couple of nice deep breaths. And just imagine yourself breathing in the vibration and the sound of the bowls. And give yourself the gift of another deep, cleansing breath while breathing in the sound and the vibration. And imagine yourself seated in your favorite place, maybe in nature, beside a beautiful, calm lake, watching the breeze blow across the lake, making the ripples on the water. And I invite you to take any thoughts of sadness or tension and just imagine, as you're breathing in the sound of the bowl, those ripples on the water carrying those thoughts away. And know that you have the power to choose new thoughts to replace it, and create an intention for what you would like, what you desire to experience going forward. Imagine the feeling of that desire and know that it's already so. And give yourself the gift of another deep breath. and slowly come back, bringing your awareness back into the room. So, I specialize in helping people let go of old emotional wounds so that they can move forward through the power of sound. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thanks so much, Stacy. I think next we have Natasha and then Jan.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha. I go by Cosmic Heart Priestess online. You can find me on social and cosmicheartpriestess.com. And I'm a light language channel and a shamanic arts practitioner. And we are also many other things. I always am unsure how to answer that exactly. But my mission, where I am right now, and my purpose here is to help and support light workers and starseeds on their awakening journey. And I do that really through the light language activations and the sounds that I can emit for people as we work together in one-on-one or group fields. I carry coding that helps people to awaken their latent DNA and to help them remember their divine power and their connection to their higher selves, their divine connection. And my offerings right now are light language mentorship because I know so many healers and light workers who are like, oh, I make sounds, I sigh, I hum, I might be light language, but I'm not sure. And I just think light language is a beautiful spiritual technology. And I just envision a day where we're all just kind of, speaking through our souls and our hearts with our light language, walking down the streets and using telepathy, because who really needs the English words are just, cumbersome. So I look forward to that day. And in the meantime, I'm here to help activate and awaken those who feel like they want to be more connected to in their light language. I also will say that it took me over 3 years from being activated with light language to being comfortable to using light language online in public places like this or in group activations. I was carrying so much witch wounding. I would have one-on-one sessions with people in my shamanic work, and I'd be like, oh, sounds might come out, so, just heads up. And then these incredible sounds would come out. And I sometimes would leave feeling like I did something wrong or I was going to get in trouble, or who was I to have this incredible connection to this? And it took me years to work through that. I was even in a multi-year, multi-thousand-dollar, mystery school at the time who acknowledged light language as being a gift. And there was really very little support or anyone else there for me to help me get through that part for me. So I'm here to help people shortcut that. Hopefully it won't take you 3 years to feel empowered with your light language. So, and also I love helping star seeds feel more grounded, connected, and whole. And I just love this work so much. So I'm happy to share. There's already sounds that want to come through. So let me just feel into that for a moment for you all. Nia sakuria atania shakatana ia turu atatana sia kia tanu sakana ia shakatana kia turu atani ia kita turu sania ni shakadi onaki asania ni turu atana ia ania turia hu shakadu shakania ania ki atania ia shakatana uria tanu hasakuria atiria. Ooh, that was really fast, actually. It's not always that quick. But yeah, so, and this light language works in such beautiful ways. When I work one-on-one with people, I'm really channeling the codes that are really meant for you. And people really get beautiful reactions and rememberings and sparks of just these divine connections. And when I work in a group field, I always call in for the highest and best for the group. And yeah, it's just really beautiful work. I'm excited to share it. Thank you all for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that some could come through so people could experience it now. All right, great. And we've got Jan next.
Lorelei, thank you for asking me to jump in here. I just came off a very windy boatyard barbecue here in Port Townsend, but I'm always in the right place if I'm here with light workers. And over the years, like Natasha, I fought with my true role, and my true role is I am a cheerleader. I am a switchboard operator for the vibrational activation of who we truly are on this team. We know that we're meant to be here tonight because we're going to have activations. We're going to remember who we are together. So I always start groups. I'm Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com. Whenever I'm with a group, on the count of 3, you don't need to unmute yourself. We're going to say our names together because we're going to connect vibrationally. 1, 2, 3. Jan. Do you feel your hearts weaving together? We've been isolated way too long. The energies coming into the planet are very accelerated. And of course, hearing Natasha's light language connects you. It's ET phone home. You remember who you are, what your messaging is, what your mission is. And how Stacy beautifully played that. That aligns and reattunes us to our divine blueprint. And Marcia, I just come back from Hawaii. You took me into the bosom of the divine feminine. And a biggest part of our work is bring the spiritual nature back to the planet. And that is the divine feminine, the space holders. I'm a leader in the divine feminine community. I designed voice release. I have a PhD in it, removing fear from our body. I was a professional singer, very anxious until my 50s when I began to discover the scientific basis of removing fear from the body because I worked at the hospice bedside singing and I had no ego. I was just letting this tone come through in this state of grace. I said, I don't know what this feeling is. It was attunement to heaven. I said, I don't know what this is, but if I can remove fear from someone dying, we can remove fear from living and speaking our truth. I developed the Queen's Caravan. I go community to community. 25% of my time is spent on the road in a little red Vardo wagon. Lorelei, you've seen it in the parking lot. It's adorable. And women come around and we do voice release, we paint, we dance. We remember the change agent agreement commitment that we made together, and that's it. When we're together, we have this joy, that energy, the high vibration just spills out, and that's our best work to do together. I do attunements, blueprints. I'm going to be doing Becoming Queen, one of those funnel. I'm finally getting the tech part, a funnel delivered through a social media program where women we don't suffer bullies anymore. Narcissistic husbands, no. Ministers, anyone. When you speak without fear, it gives people chills. They actually are on board because they know you are speaking the highest truth for them. Anyway, I probably spoke over 2 to 3 minutes. Once I get going, I'm going to mute myself.
It's great. We've all got so much passionate stuff to share. All right, so much stuff to share passionately. We hope to also be joined today by Trudy Light. Trudy offers intuitive dowsing, space clearing, golden child energy, sound healing, Vedic astrology, and her plane is late, so she's probably on an airplane and she might be able to make us for part of the panel tonight. And also we hope to be joined partway through by Dove Light Oracle, who does angelic sound frequency readings, past life regression, ancestral healing, shamanism, energy, and sound healing. Everyone's information is in the chat, so some of the panelists here have specials. Maybe we go around to those of you that have specials, you can talk about that briefly, and all their contact info is here too. So we're here to be of service to tonight on the panel, and we encourage you to connect with the practitioners afterwards as well. So which of you have specials? Did you want to say something about your special?
I have a special. I actually kicked off my special at the MeWe fair in person in Portland a few weeks ago, and so it's still active through the end of the month. And I am that's the light language mentorship program that I had mentioned earlier. So the MeWe price is currently at $444. You're going to be able to have 4 one-on-one sessions with me over 8 weeks. We're going to have tons of integration time in between session with homework and just really fun activities to help you feel more empowered in using your light language. And so I'm really excited to be promoting that because I really do feel very passionate about that work. And I have if you're just interested in one-on-one light language activation, I have a $20 off for my one-on-one sessions as well.
That's great, and that code is in the chat, so those who hear the meeting can avail yourself to that opportunity. There's the phrase, and then someone else has a special too, right?
I did.
Stacy. Yeah.
So I do have a special that's in the chat as well. If you would like to do a one-on-one 1-hour session with me, it's 30% off for the attendees here. I usually charge $111 for a 1-hour session, so it's $77. I love those 111s and 77s. And so there's that. And then you might want to look at my website as well. There's more info there. I just launched last night my 4-week program that is all focused on relaxation, letting go of old wounds through a combination of sound therapy and also nutrition and energy work and mindfulness. I'll be doing another round of it, so you can go check that out on my website and see that the name of the course is called The Chill Factor. It's a 4-week course. So I just kicked it off last night for my second group of people, and I'll be doing it again before the end of the year.
All right, great. And it looks like we've got another special. Go ahead, Marcia. Are you muted? You are muted. Let's get you unmuted.
I'm just offering $30 off for anyone who wants an hour session with me, and you just have to mention that you saw me on the panel. So
Okay, great. So that's 25% off, I think, and I'm going to get that in the chat for everybody too.
thank you.
All right. Oh, sorry, I just needed it. It's 120 with the $30 off, or it's 90 with the $30 off?
120 with the $30
$20
off.
So it's 20% off. Okay, great. Let's get that. And we got more people coming to join us here in the Zoom room. All right, here's the special in the chat, and someone else is joining. All right, great. All right, let's see. So for those of you that are just joining, just keep in mind that the Zoom meeting is being recorded. I think it lets you know now. So we are open for questions. I have information in the chat on how to ask a question of the panel. If you have general questions on sound healing, we're happy to address that right now. Go ahead and put anything in the chat if it's a general question on sound healing. If you are interested in asking a specific question of the panel, you'll probably get responses, answers, healing from everyone on the panel. I may have something to share too, although this is not my specialty. And it's only 20 to 28 sliding scale, or $12 for BIPOC folks as a step of making reparations to ask a question. And it's a low price, and you get support from all of us. They are shorter answers, be a longer answer if we don't have more people in line. So going first, you might get a longer set of answers. Yeah, we're happy to support you, whatever your questions are. You get a sense of all the different ways that sound healing can be of support to you. So we're happy to do that here. Love to do that here. Yeah. So I did have one person pay ahead, but it might not be to ask a question on the panel. I don't think I see that person here. If you do want to ask a question, we appreciate if you would pay first. You can pay by Venmo or PayPal. If you're having trouble with those and you need another way to pay, let me know. I can go into a breakout room and figure out taking your card or something like that. And, yeah. If you want to ask anonymously, you can actually ask anonymously too. You can let me know in private chat that you want to ask. You can give me your question and I can read it out. You can ask only with your voice from the audience, or you can come up here and scream with us. It's really up to you what you want to do. All the different ways we can work with people. So some of the things are deeper, so we honor that. And I have someone texting that could be about the panel, so can't do everything at once. All right, I'll text back afterwards. Yeah, well, so practitioners, you think of some more general things about sound healing too, or if we have questions we want to ask each other. I appreciate that you shared a little bit too about your openings, several of you. Yeah, that's something. Go ahead, jump in.
If we have a little bit of time, I did pull a card for the intentional energy of tonight. And this is probably unusual to pick this card in this time of the unknown, the bridge from the 3rd to the 5th, but this is the card. Imagining it all working out. Things seem bright and easier than ever. I feel a sense of hope, trust, and joy when I think of the future. All is coming together for me as never before. In some ways, it is as if I have rewritten my life story, and all of my lessons led me to the best choices and payoff. I really like what is coming my way. Blessed be. So the affirmation, of course, in using our voices, and you can repeat this after me if you'd like. Things have a way, things have, of working out for me, of working out for me. And my path is clear and bright. And my path is clear and bright. Even though things seem very chaotic out there, it's the major incoherency before the realignment, of course. So let's focus on everything working out.
I love that, Jan. I remember going through the shift before I stepped into this work and having an experience with another healer. And at the end of it, I was in the river, in the Snohomish River actually at the time. And after I came out of it, the thing I had to scribble on down so quickly was, my path is clear and my steps are illuminated. So, that ties right into what you were saying.
That's it. Let's hope that efforting is over, and yeah, we can inspire each other, that this co-creation ability and support, and keep focusing on that smooth. And even without steps, I'm always like, show me the next step. And you're saying just flow with the universal flow. I love that.
Well, someone asked a question, texting me that we might be able to answer in a more general way. So if I generalize their question, it's if there's a specific physical problem happening, are there particular frequencies that support that, healing that, or like how do you know when someone presents with a particular challenge, be it emotional or physical or mixtures or like, right? So how do you discover how to support them?
Does anyone want to go first on this? Because I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
I can chime in too. So,
Yeah,
Lorelei,
just take turns. When you jump in and start, and yeah.
Well, I used to try to evaluate what was going to be the best thing to do, and I would work really, really hard at trying to figure out how all of this worked. And then finally, at some point, I let go and I just started to listen. And and that was even before I started doing light language and got attuned to that and everything. But I would just sing whatever song that I knew that came to me, and it just worked so well for the people that I was in front of. And it's always worked. It's never failed me. Now somebody might have a problem like, well, one of the best good stories is a fibromyalgia story, but somebody might have a problem with like cancer or something. It might be their life path to have that cancer and that's what they die from. So I can't change that, but I can make them feel better. And I believe that that's what's going to help people the most anyway, as far as cancer goes. But absolutely trusting in spirit has been the best way for me to go along. And the fibromyalgia story is that I was in an expo, huge expo in Nashville, Tennessee. And this woman who was also a singer had a friend with her, and the singer came up and she introduced herself and she said, I'm on the charts in Europe for my album right now, but she said, I really would like to sing with you because I think our voices would blend very well together. We did sing together and we sang Amazing Grace. So I can't take all the credit. I'm not taking any credit actually for what happened. But then her friend had me sing for her. And by the end of those two things happening, her friend's pain from the fibromyalgia specifically was gone. And she said it never came back. And I talked to her a couple years later. So I love how this stuff works. And my biggest thing is trust in spirit and allow it to come through. So now
Great.
I'll shut up.
Thank you. I know Jan is like, there's so much. So yeah, go ahead, Jan.
Well, I would say that's the exact key. The one who is bringing forth the sound is connected to their higher self of what they need. So the answer is yes and no. I taught at the Sound of Consciousness Institute, the premier sound healing school, now Globe in San Francisco, and I tracked auric fields and vocal frequencies. Now, if a person has a pattern where their vocal frequencies, I could correlate that to 26 disease patterns that were coming into the body before they express as disease. High D sharp, high adrenals, no D sharp, no adrenals. So in that case, there was a remediation, doing a voice bio, doing their frequency, and I would give them certain notes to it's a raw Peter PayPal tritone relationship, and I could bring their health back into balance in a few weeks by toning those notes. Slow boat to China. If a person is improvising and not have a friggin' tuning fork that says, this is the liver, that is so yang, that is so masculine, and we are so done with that.
Yes.
You go to a master who, in hospice, I heard the tone. I got out of my way and released that tone, floated in the body, a certain pulse, certain movements around it, and there you go. Then the overtones and harmonics, and then you sing a beautiful song. The sound healer who hears and appoints themselves as a sound healer can go way beyond any mechanical chart. It's so masculine and it's salesy and it's pushing and it's ridiculous. Improvisational through you, through your voice, unless you want to do a measurement, as I said, and rebalance yourself that way.
I would
Great.
back
Thanks so
all of
much,
that
Jan.
up
Yeah,
as
go ahead.
well. That was a beautiful answer. Fabulous, because yeah, the more you think about it, the more you analyze it, the more you're not balanced out in your energy. And I agree. When I was first attuned to light language, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Where's it coming from? What does it mean? And I was so in my head about it. And I think I really slowed my progress. And then once I got out of my own way, and in my shamanic work, of course, we learn how to set a beautiful container, like really just going to God and asking to be a clear channel for what needs to come through, and just trusting in that like divine connection, and have, just heart to heart with your client or with the group that you're working with, calling in the highest and best, and just allowing it to flow. And it is yeah, yes, magical stuff. So I agree, getting out of the head, trusting, and just being that open channel.
And then I'll say too, like we haven't said this, I'll say it just more explicitly. I think this is true of all the ways of working with people,
Yeah.
right? I got to be a better intuitive eye reader by not thinking about it so much and letting it flow. So it's just
Yeah.
all these things. Yeah, Stacy, if there's something you want to add.
Sure. I know that I too was taught a specific pattern for using the bowls on the body, and this, you do this one next and then that one next, and this is the pattern. And that was great in the beginning, and people were still getting a great effect from that. And then actually I remember it was at one of the MeWe fairs in Bellevue that I started seeing, I was doing little 15-minute, for a love donation sessions on people on the table. And I started noticing, for one thing, I would notice the way the sound was moving around the bowl on that person's body, and whether it was counterclockwise, I could see the pattern of that vibration, whether it was clockwise or counterclockwise. And then I was having at another event, just giving a demonstration at a senior living community where a woman was there, and I was just hearing this dullness in one particular spot. The bowl wasn't ringing out. And then finally I felt the difference, striking it with relatively the same amount of force, heard a change there. And so I finally asked her, I said, so, okay, so what's going on with your right leg there? And so she said, well, why are you asking? And I said, because this happened and I felt the release there. And she was saying, I've had this problem of this tightness in the back of my thigh for so long, and yes, it totally let go and released in that moment. So I just started saying, I'm just going to go with listening to the bulls, how they're responding on the bodies and what's happening there, and keep asking questions and so forth as we're going through. So yeah, I went through the exact same kind of experience.
Great, great. It's so exciting hearing all these stories. I know we also have some other sound healers in the audience too. If you have any just comments you want to share in the chat about your experience of this too, just fun, all the different ways that people practice. And a few people just joined. This is our panel in sound healing. We've been hearing about the practitioners and some demonstrations of the sound healing that they do, what sound healing, how it helps, supports, opens things up for people, heals things. We are available for questions. If you have a very general question about sound healing, you're welcome to put that in the chat, and we'd love to answer some personal questions, just like you would in a private session. It gives us a chance to share with you, gives a chance for everyone to learn from, and receive healing potentially from what you ask. And it gives us an opportunity to share what we do and have it be just more available to the world here in the panel and globally as we post it on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much for being willing to ask a question. It is sliding scale. 20 to 28 or $12 for BIPOC folks as a step of making reparations. Information on how to pay and ask a question is in the chat. We request that you pay first, and then please let me know you've paid and I'll get you in line. And if you're willing, I'll bring you up here, or you can ask from the audience, or you can type your question in the chat and I will read it out. You do not have to come online. It's up to you. Or come on video or audio. Oh, but yeah, practitioners, anything else you want to share or things you want to ask each other? It's great.
Well, I do encourage people listening in. They often say, "Well, I'm not sure what to say," and what I need. And usually, it's your conundrum. It's a thing that's bothering you in life, and it's like the leading force, and it's something that happens on a repeated pattern, a type of relationship block, a certain part of your body, and so for $20, you could save yourself another 6 months, and one of us can go in, and I can tell we're all empaths. We'll actually melt into that, feel it, and assist you to unvibrate it. It's just stuck energy in your field, and it's timing. Maybe right now is the timing. Do I sound like an infomercial or what?
Some people are more natural salespeople. It's great. You're good at this. So it's totally fascinating to me too. Just I would say hearing, just what you were sharing earlier about how the person's voice and the sounds like coming through their body, right? It's a reflection of the energy state of the body.
Yeah.
And so how you could, diagnose, how you can sense what might be happening for the person and various ways, right, of mixing that up to shift the energy. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, because our voices, when we speak, isn't just your little vibrational, what do you call them? Your vocal cords. It's your whole body, your history, your consciousness, your assumptions, your resistances. So when we speak, we are bathing people with everything, and we wonder why our outcomes aren't that great. Because usually the way we're feeling doesn't match the words we're using to manipulate the world. And that disconnect, they don't trust us, and that is the break. That's the fall from grace. When man started speaking from his head, from controlling, rather than from his authentic heart self.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I approach the voice. I go down into the vibrational mechanism of the voice, into that part that first didn't feel safe, felt like they had to insulate themselves or hide, and regurgitate it almost, and be free of it and experience themselves in a new way.
Yeah. I love this. It's a great conversation because it's so validating for me too, and just talking to other people working with voice and sound. And for sure, a lot of the work with one-on-one, even in both light language mentorship and in our individual sessions, it's all about accessing the heart and learning how to access the pathway to all of this, no matter what type of a healer you are, what gifts you're trying to unlock. It's not through the brain, it is through the portal of the heart. Your beautiful divine blueprint, the essence of who you are, it vibrates from the heart within your heart, right? And that is so important. And I think talking earlier about the divine feminine, divine masculine balance. I mean, the brain is obviously involved because we need the motor skills to like move the vocal throats and the tongue and the mouth. But it's really just a portal of the heart opening and that deeper connection. And also the voice, we each have our voices each have their own signature, just like a fingerprint or your divine print. So everyone's voice, no matter if you're using it for sound healing or not, intentionally, it is healing, it is soothing, right? And so becoming empowered to use our voice, as the throat chakra is often closed. And as we think, I can go all over places here, but if we go into like past life experience, and even maybe as we were growing up in this lifetime, how many times have we shut down our throat? How many times have we been like stifled to be able to speak our truth or live in fear of how we express ourselves in the world? So whether you are using the voice or sound through your voice directly with healing, there's so much power in activating the heart and the throat chakra right now, in just speaking your truth, being able to speak your truth and your authenticity out into the world, not only for yourself, but to, be able to mirror that for others. So whether you're speaking up for yourself, at work or in public, or, your vibration, your empowerment through mastering the sound and the confidence of your voice and your solar plexus too. I mean, it's all connected, right? But really being able to like use the voice, no matter if you're doing this work intentionally or not, is just so powerful. So throat activation, solar plexus, heart, like it's such a beautiful connection, but it's so important now more than ever to really embody the voice and to get comfortable with your own voice and your empowerment.
Excellent.
Well, women, or the feminine, has been so short, and by moving the voice of the feminine connected to her divine alignment, that energy is so potent. So my goal with the Queen's Caravan is I designate the most powerful woman who does ritual and priestess work and even energy work. And I come in and work with her circle, and we do voice relays. So it ripples out into that community of empowerment, fearlessness, taking charge of things in the feminine way.
Yeah.
And you were saying before, Jan, was all that stuff that comes from the head. That's that power male thing, right? That's that power
Yeah,
grab.
that's the logic part,
Both have.
manipulating, control. Yeah, and it comes right through. I can feel it. I can see. And again, I was 3 years old when I remember looking at my dad saying, he's thinking one thing and saying something else. What would make a person do this? And so right there, I learned the schism of why people had to protect themselves. They didn't feel safe, so they have to lie and have false presentations. Can you imagine if everybody just said how they felt and we helped each other and we came out of that, predator? I mean, it's just crazy, the extent of that we've gone crazy, and people don't know that we feel it. We empaths, we feel people out of alignment. And I have used the portical voice, the Joseph and Women's Inner Dominant Frequency. It even shows statistically, mentally, physically, and emotionally, how much she is out of alignment with the word she's using. And then there's exercises to bring her, and then her voice absolutely drops in and changes. She's the voice to believe. So to lead, we have to go in and clear these fields, and then it's so we can diagnose through the voice, and we can go through the vibrational body through the voice, but we're not healing the voice, we're healing the field. Then the megaphone, your voice is a clear, recognizably trustworthy leader. That's why I'm in it.
Yep, and healing the biofield. And we all have that female and male. We wouldn't ever get anything done if we didn't have the male part to get the doing and the things, the task list or whatever that is, and moving forward. But to do that with grace and beauty and with bringing that nurturing piece in, it doesn't really work on its own, right? Just the doingness does not work on its own.
A lot of compassion, a lot of forgiveness. A lot of us are working through relationship things and healing you know, taking things to the next vibration level.
Mhm.
I told you I love to talk.
And Marcia
It's
just
great.
looks like an angel there with wings in her chair.
Well, thank you. It's actually sheepskin, but
But
I
it looks
love it.
like wings. That's what it is. I have sheepskin as well, but I used to raise sheep, and so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
We have
Love
someone
them.
possibly coming up to ask a question shortly, and
Good.
maybe I want to say I appreciate talking about the sacred masculine and sacred feminine. Like we all have all these, a full range of all this. Ideally, like where we could move in all of the parts, and
Mhm.
yeah. And I know we're talking to some extent about stereotypes and what they, but like having language for talking about the values and wholeness, and yeah.
Yes, it
Great.
has nothing to do with gender. It's roles that we play, archetypes, and it just seems like we're moving towards a beautiful, flexible, resilient way to flow between how we want to show up in an androgynous or masculine or feminine, traditional, divine way. So yeah,
I think everyone can agree, regardless, that moving toward a more compassionate world is not such a bad idea right now.
that's why we're here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, great. Let's see. So someone just paid to ask a question. I'm having technology wanting to keep me safe. I'm having to just check so I can get back in my
You look
account.
unmuted there.
And I appreciate it and don't appreciate it all at the same time, right? Okay. And then the person that just paid will let me know if you want to come up on the panel or okay, great. Yeah, I see your payment. Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay, great. Let me bring you up here and
Thank you.
exciting to have you join us. All right, Erin.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, great. We're happy to be here with you. What motivates you to come up on the panel? What did you want to ask?
I'm a psychic medium and a healer, but I've just been, super busy and drained. And for the last couple of years, I've had some inflammation problems. Just it comes and goes. And yeah, I guess what can I do for that? With the sound healing. I've been led a couple times to start singing when I'm doing a circle, but I just haven't had the chance to really focus on my spiritual aspects of that lately, just being a single mom and being very overworked, and not having the time. And I work nights, so my schedule is just all off, which is not helping the inflammation at all. So
Okay.
just find some kind of balance. So I don't know exactly what question to ask, I suppose.
No, it's great to just talk around the different things and see how we can support. One thing I didn't say earlier, and it's true for everybody for the rest of the time, is that when you ask the question, if we go deeper than you want us to go in this public format, we talk about topics you don't want us sharing about, just interrupt us and let us know so we stay in an area that you want us to stay focused on.
Okay.
And then for everyone, this is a great opportunity to practice seeing what comes for you. We request that you allow the attention to stay up on the panel though. If something does come through you, please hold it while we're answering. And then when we're done, if you want, private chat the person that asked the question and find out if they'd like to hear what came through you. Please honor whatever they share. They might feel full after getting our answers and trust that the information came through you for some other reason. All right, great. Well, yeah, so who's got some responses for Erin? And we've got spaciousness today, so take your time. You've got several minutes to answer, provide healing. Go ahead, Jan.
I understand as a single mother and as a healer, I feel your fatigue and inflammation, of course, comes with all the efforting to carry all those parts. So just take a beautiful deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set this sacred space and begin to ooze out from this sacred space all of the fatigue, all of the tension, and anything that is not a priority, letting it go, letting your heart open to receive this pink energy that is lighter and brighter and rejuvenating. And Spirit is saying with inflammation, be sure and get as regular sleep as much as you can. Drink your water and electrolytes and no inflammatory foods. That's going to be a big key for you for maintenance. And I pulled a card and it simply says, call in your angels. When you do have time to sleep, imagine you're in a beautiful healing tent with your angels. You don't have to do this all yourself.
I appreciate that. I definitely feel a lot of spiritual guidance. They're with me. Sleep is something I don't have lately. So I get about 4 to 5 hours a day during the week.
Power rests.
Yeah, it's amazing what spirit can fit in that little bubble once they catch,
Yeah, you have all the skills. Just use them.
Okay.
I'm going to mute and
Thanks, Jan. Yeah, someone else want to jump in?
I can jump in. I'm just going to feel it a little bit here for you. Nia saturia sana ia shakatana ia katati asaturi akanaya. Hanna uria sata ia shakatana ia katana uri akahata nia shakatanaya. Uria hanna iria ataka ania kuria saatana ia shaka ayatanaya. Niria saturia satani ia shakatana i atahana ua shakatania. Niria saturi akana ia shakatania. Huri asatania kuri atahana uri kat ia tana ia tiana. Nuri akahata niria turia ta atia sakana ia shakanaya ya. I'm just getting the sense of this incredible strength, like this, you're this pillar of strength. And there's a lot of strength at back here, whether it's with your ancestors or whether it's just with your guides that are with you, but you have so much strength here. And they want just to remind you that you are enough. If you worry that you're not enough or you don't, whether it's enough energy or enough time, there you are more than enough. Nirya sana uria katana iya shaka sania tiatakana nuria kahata satiania kuria atania, and the remembering just to self-love, self-care also in your time to replenish your reserves. Ya shasa turia sana iya kasatia kiria aturia kana iya shakananaya nuri akasania turia atania iya shakatania. Soften your heart to receive these codes to assist you in lightening your load, lightening your load. What is on your back that you're ready to release? Shikuturia saania kia, shakata iyatania kuria satania, niria satania. Or if you are ready to release the burden that is on your back, nia kuria satania, it is time now to ask for your divine support, calling in the guides, turia sakania shakasania, when you are ready to help you to release taturi akania shakatania. This, whatever way is here, nakuria sakatania shakitiania kuria taatania ki ashakaniria saturia sakanaya. Akasaturia kanaya. Softening to receive, akaturia saatiria satnia kanaya. Hakaturia sahaya shakatanaya.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
I literally feel this pressure right here when you were, yeah. And then my guys popped in more solid, my dad and everything.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Very supported.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Jump in for a moment. Do you have any animals? Erin, do you have animals?
Do I have any animals? Yes, I have deer, coyotes popping up. My father was an intuitive reader, the animals of the spirit guide animals. So with me, it comes and goes. It's not as consistent, but yeah, definitely the deer and the coyote right now.
That's great. I appreciate the layers of answers. And do you have any physical animals with you that live?
Oh, yes. I have my familiars.
And how, okay, great, cat. I was thinking about a cat in particular. So your cat's energy, your cat is probably much calmer.
Yes, they come with me to do Akashic records.
And so it just seems like allowing yourself to be with your cat's energy, to really feel your cat's vibration and let your body attune to your cat's energy I feel like that'll help you with calming and soothing, and you'll be able to get more rest when you do sleep. And
Or they do too. As soon as I lay down, they're right on my chest. She's like, okay, mom.
yeah, so you can consciously let their energy in more to influence your energy as a calming
I
of your own
appreciate that.
energy. Yeah.
Like having a sound bowl on your chest. It's the purring and that vibration.
Yeah,
Seriously, they're healers. They're wonderful for your
definitely.
whole
Yeah, and they've been with me for a couple of their lives now. I had them in their past life form earlier in this life. So
Yeah, go ahead, Stacy or Marcia, if you want to share something.
Yeah, Aaron. Oh gosh, I so feel you. And it seems like there's a push for a lot of people right now, like there's an
oh yes,
urgency to get lots of things done right
yeah,
now and accomplish all the things, right? So,
right. And being an empath,
um,
I feel not only my own, but everyone else's. So I try
exactly.
and like
Yeah.
get theirs off of me as much as possible, but it's only so much you can do.
Yeah, yeah. So let me do my version of helping with that. Is that okay with you?
Wonderful. Thank you. I really
Okay.
appreciate
Okay, so just relax, let your eyes fall shut, and let the music take you wherever you go. Oh, make you amore, oh, che no, tu ne lo cari, o meu Adori. Oh, my love, I call. Oh, Mary, love, I'll have where the moon je ne on me know.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. And another thing I I don't know if everybody uses this or not, but when I'm channeling, I have to be moving something, or
Mhm.
when I'm even doing massage, Reiki, whatever. If I'm moving my toes, it opens up the chakras in my feet, and I can drop things out more easily and
Yeah.
move things through. So, just another little hint that might help.
That's the second time this week that message has come through in a different form. So that must be something. Like move your
Good.
feet, wiggle. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That was wonderful. I went back to a past life where it was just peaceful and like consistent and calm.
Oh, I love
And
that.
it feel
Good.
was, yeah, it was a good one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
And Marcia, I don't know how I knew your song and I didn't want to interrupt it, but I was over here singing a harmony and following you. And I don't know how that happened, but it was working really well. So
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. I so wish that we
too.
could sing at the same time on Zoom.
They're working on it. It's a
Wonderful.
new feature they're working on actually. So that's a
Oh,
possibility very soon.
yeah. Oh, beautiful.
So Erin, that was the gift was directed toward you still as I was
Thank
following
you.
your
Yeah,
voice.
that's wonderful. I don't believe, yeah, I don't believe in coincidence. So I think everything happens, if you were led to do that, that's absolutely beautiful. Thank you. That's wonderful.
All right, yeah, just if anything else is wanting to come through for Erin. Yeah, and Erin, anything else you want to share about what your experience is or anything else that's just bubbling up around this? Feel free to.
I definitely
Yeah.
feel like I was led to this. I often am getting ready for work at this time, or just, I'm not getting to my spiritual work as much as I'd like to, and getting to groups of people like this. And I definitely have every intention of, and I'm working on changing my work schedule to be part of the We Meet again. And it just was perfect timing. It just popped up, and it was just immediate yes to come to at least listen and to participate and just receive from you all. And I so appreciate it. And I feel each one of you, I felt in a very physical response and a very spiritual response. And I just really appreciate everything that you guys are doing and getting together and everything. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, thank you so much letting us support you, and excited that
Appreciate
you're,
it.
yeah, just having you back and you're on your journey of caring for yourself and all that's here.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're
And it's
welcome.
coming through. One more thing for me is coming through right now to share, just, divine time, right? Which is so, I know it's so hard and kind of cliche sometimes, but, allow yourself to be where you are right now and just find the grace in each, in this experience that you're having, and just give yourself so much compassion and spaciousness to, as things are opening up and shifting for you, as you call in more of what you want, allow the space for the transition. Give yourself grace to allow it to come in, and it's where you are right now is it's a part of the process. It's okay, right? So to give yourself tons of compassion about your journey right now, it's coming through, and yeah, you are enough. Nia saturiya ka atana iya katuusha katasania ki atanaya.
Thank you.
And play and have fun. There's also this energy of like,
Right.
what are you doing? Because that's how things happen faster, is in
Yeah,
this state of play.
true.
And so bringing more of that in whatever way, whether it's just
Yeah.
like, dancing while you're getting dressed, or, while
The
you're
dance at
cleaning the
work and stuff
house,
too.
moving your
Yeah.
body. Yeah.
Yeah. Finding joy whenever I can.
Whenever
And
you can. Little
usually
bursts.
I'm, I go through, everyone goes through waves of that, and definitely the last day or two was like, okay, let's find that again. It's a little bit harder to find, but it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's there. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I'd like to add for a moment, I know Dale's waiting also, but just to say, Erin, I know in that space of overwhelm, and I was a single mom, and I know that place and how there can be just too many things on the plate.
Yeah.
Again, to echo some of what Natasha was saying, you're still going to eat every day. You're still going to, you're going to shower, being more mindful in those moments, really taking in, you're in the shower, you're smelling the scents of the soap, you're feeling that water on your skin, the temperature of it, just taking in and engaging your senses and whatever you're doing, taking that bite of food, tasting it, smelling it, feeling the texture of it, and being mindful there will get you into that space of now, so that that inflammation can be shed, right?
Yeah. That's very valuable. Yeah, definitely.
So just do it in the moments of just your everyday thing.
Right.
Like
Whatever
Natasha
that
was
is.
saying, dancing while you get dressed.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
you.
All right. Thank
go
you
ahead.
so much, Erin.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and turn my camera off so you guys can focus on the next person.
All right. We've got Dale up next. All right, Dale, let's get your video on and I can bring you up here. There you are. Great.
Hello.
All
Hi,
right.
Lorelai.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. I just happened to pop in and I'm so glad I did. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Everything that I've heard so far has just brought so much joy to my life and has uplifted me. And everything that was just shared all applies to me. Excuse me, I've got to plug my phone in. I gotta lose some energy here. Da-da-da. So, yeah, so thank you, thank you, thank you. This is really, I loved all the talk about the male female energy and voice, and It all makes so much sense to me. I feel like I was meant to be here. Okay, so I I guess my question is, um, I'm single. I've been single for like 10 years after a divorce, and I think, and I'm hoping that my beloved is in my near future. I'm finding that I'm feeling a little lacking purpose, not being in a relationship. And I volunteer, I'm very active. I have a lot of purpose in my life, but I'm just lacking a sense of purpose not being in partnership. And I think for the 10 years that I was not without partnership, it was perfect for me because there was so much that I need to be in partnership with myself. But I feel like that time is coming to an end. And I think partnership is going to happen. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to find purpose in my life. So thank you.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see what appears for the other practitioners to share with you.
I'll go first. Seems to be our pattern here.
Go ahead, Jen.
Dale,
Yeah.
you know that older single women are categorically much happier than coupled women.
Mm,
Okay, so we got to look at that.
okay.
But what I get that you're seeking is intimacy, authentic connection. It sounds like you have a pretty together life with volunteering. You look great. You're a seeker. So I pulled a card when you came up, and I said this is going to be about relationships for Dale. So here you go. You ready? Spirit. These are my cards, and Spirit said when you read them, it will be medicine. So take a breath. I actually have a little bowl here. And just feel into the truth of this as a new shower bringing you new opportunities. And I want to say before I begin the card of authentic connection, loving presence with animals, children, girlfriends, family, maybe an intimate partner as well, but mainly intimacy and joy within yourself, your very presence, and embracing and loving this beingness, this body. None of us are perfect, but absolutely, your days are yours to behold in joy with the grace of God, having another day. And that sense of appreciation and joy will begin to illuminate out. And that's very attractive to everyone, specifically potential partners, because you don't have any missing notes in your voice. I could tell you, if you have missing notes in your voice, you will attract the person who has too much of that in their voice, and it's codependency, and you start that same yucky pattern. Concentrate on filling yourself with the things you love. You are a full buffet. The partner comes up and says, boy, does that look tasty. And you say, I'll give you a seat at my table, and let's just see, okay? Not in your bed, in your table. Do you see? We women are setting boundaries. We're becoming queens of our own life. Our queendom. Thy queendom come, thy will be done. That's the new part. Okay, here's the card. Go ahead and shut your eyes. Take a deep breath. I trust myself enough to be vulnerable with others. Connecting feels amazing. And sharing touch, words, good times with others makes my life joyful and rich. I attract good, kind people and can count on them to respect and care for me in so many wondrous ways. Now, did you hear all those different ways to fill your cup without a specific romantic interest in the old archetype way?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the affirmation, and you can repeat after me if you'd like. I feel safe
I feel safe
to be my authentic self.
to be in my authentic self
and let others in
and let others in
when I choose to.
when I choose to.
And so it is.
And so it is.
You did really well with that.
Thank you. And I just want to say, I loved what you said about the old archetype. And I feel like I'm stuck in that old archetype
Yeah.
and I need to open myself to a new archetype.
Yeah, because when we have the archetypes, we attract the person with the swagger, the charismatic one, the one that's going to make me happy. You be yourself and you see who shows up. Be happy, and then that's just like the cherry on the cake.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That
The
was love.
archetypes go. Let love and the blessing of anyone in front of you bring
Yeah.
in love. Yeah, if you're waiting for the one, that's a setup. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jan. That was fabulous. So beautiful.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Jan. Who else wants to jump in there?
I can jump in, Dale. I'm
Sure.
gonna soften your field and let me just sort of feel into you a bit. I just get the sense that you are this incredible, powerful creator, and you're so conscious and aware. And you've already spoken it out. You've already spoken out that you have created this intention to perhaps find a partner, or you're calling this partner in currently. And really, what I'm getting is that you can let that go now. You've called it in, and it's you now just get to focus on yourself and continue to stay in your beautiful flow and in all of these. All of the things that you do that just bring you so much joy and purpose and that just fill you up and stay on your own unique path. Stay in your light. And you've already called this in. You've already made the decision that this is something that you wish to seek. And so therefore just let it go and allow it to happen. Nirya Saturia Akatania Shakasatania ki atanaya nuru satataya shakasatana niya kurya saatania ki atania kurya atanaya Turia sakia shakatana ki atanuriata taya shia sakuri atania ki atanakuria atanaya shasakuria shakania ki atanakuria ta ania haturia saia takia nikia tiria sania kuria sa ataya ti ayata ayata hanakuria ataya shakatanaya turia sakata iya shakanana and just remembering this, you're just a powerful being. Excuse me, you're so powerful. You're so powerful. It keeps coming up that you have this incredible creator power around you and in your life. And it's just, there's a lot of strength around you and clarity. And Nia Shakua Satatiya Kana Anna Ua Shakatiya Tata Iya Iya Tata Inakturi Atagia Tikuri Naku Shakatiya Ta Iya Ta Iya Ta Iya Ta Iya Ta Nukata Ataya Iya Ta Ayata ni akasati aki ashakani akuri atanaya. Yes, yes, lots of just like actually getting a lot of like goddess energy around you. Like really, let me just feel into that a little bit more. Just like stepping into your inner goddess and just really this yeah, just incredible golden light power around you. This very very beautiful frequency and just keep doing what you're doing is what I'm getting. And you've got this. You got it.
Thank you, Natasha. And I love when you speak that light language. I feel like it speaks to my soul. Even though I don't know what the words are, I feel like my soul does know what those words mean.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Almost brings me to tears, actually.
Yeah. That's it. It's this language of the soul, bypasses the mind, gets right into the heart, and just it's working. It's working. Just receive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Natasha. Yeah, Stacy or Marcia, do you have something? Maybe Stacy's pulling up some bowls. Yeah, if either of you wants to share, you're both watching the other, maybe seeing who's going.
I gotta love it. Hi, Dale. I don't know why, and I don't know if this means something to you, but I got the image of a frog going, it's underwater, right? And, and they get to go on land as well. But when they're in the water, they do like this full body breathing. They can actually, yeah, is there something there for you with the frog? I don't know. If that means anything to you, but to breathing in like full body breathing, like you're doing it through every pore in your skin, right? And this is the F bowl, the heart bowl. And I just want to take a moment and invite you to breathe in that sound of that F. And as you're breathing in, like take in the breath through all of the parts of your body, like that full body breathing, and gather it together and direct it to your heart. Bring it into your heart. And you're breathing that in, you're gathering it in. And imagine that little golden ball of light, that golden light that Natasha was referring to right there in your heart. And as you're breathing in the sound of the bowl, take that golden energy and then push it out. Beams going everywhere, all out into the universe, sending your message out to your call for bringing in whatever it is that you need, whether that's a new love partner or that's some other opportunity that allows you to express yourself and your love, and your true authenticity. Just send that out. And let your frequency bring in whatever it is that's going to serve you at your highest.
Thank you, Stacy. That was beautiful. And while we're on the topic of singing bowls, I've been having a hard time sleeping for a couple of years. And just this past week, because of what I learned at the MeWe fair, I started listening to singing bowl music at bedtime. And for the last 7 nights, I've slept through the night, the whole night.
Of course you have.
So fabulous. So I have a G bowl, I think is the throat. Is that correct? Yeah. So I play my bowl for a little while, but then I turn on YouTube because these guys got like 17 bowls going, Which do you think one or both or either is good or?
I feel like it's whatever works for you. I really
Yeah.
do. People get really hung up on that. And even though I referred to that for heart chakra, that's true that the F note corresponds to the heart chakra, but it can be multi-frequency because it could be that you need all of it, and
Yeah.
that's fine. And some of it you'll find in your own body, some of it sounds and feels and resonates differently at different times. And it could be the very same thing. And the G bowl's beautiful too for you. If that's the one that you own, then
Yeah.
I would say bring that in the same way we just did with the heart, because the words that you speak and having that be freed up so
Yeah.
that whatever you are saying and the energy behind the words that you're putting out there are also the frequency that's going to bring in whatever you need in that moment and at that period of your life.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great. And I just before the next person shared, maybe just in case, let's have Jan, if you want to jump in. I know you're going to have to leave soon. Did you want to share again about just who you are and how people can reach you?
Oh, okay. I'm Jan Jorgensen at Sound and Light Healing Arts. I do voice release, energy attunements to help people remember their mission, their role on what I call the divine plan team. Sometimes it's healing and alignment, sometimes it's initiation. I do Zoom calls on Zoom. Just go to my website and the whole menu is there. And I do the Queen's Caravan. I go to different communities, and I'm going to Marcia's in Montana because I have a lot of cousins there. So I can't wait. We just kind of brought that together. I'm going to California at Isis Oasis for 3 weeks in October coming up, doing voice release and sound healing. And yeah, just contact me and see how we can work together. Thank you.
And that's at soundandlighthealingarts.com.
.com. Oh, I do a free meditation every Wednesday morning, and it's kind of du jour, whatever topic is kind of congealing for everyone. And I have all those topics on my website. So it's Be the Light is the procedure I use. That women come from all around the world, and we just do the meditation, then we talk after, just like this, you know, like sisters, like a family. And we don't want to press stop, because we're with our true family. You know what I mean? If you're here, you feel like you're in the right place.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathleen Ann. Hello. She's on the call. She sponsored me in Grants Pass on my last tour. So yes, I have to leave at 7:10, because if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I promise that I'm going to be there. So about 7-ish, I'm going to have to take off. Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Thank you, Jan. Yeah, I know. She'll be with us another few minutes. Okay, great. It looked like Marcia, you were getting ready to jump in and share with Dale.
Yes. Hi, Dale.
Hi,
You were just beaming, girl. You will catch a good one. And it shall be fabulous. Yes. So if you want to just relax, I'll channel through whatever's coming through.
Okay.
So yeah, just let your eyes fall shut and let the music take you wherever you go. Galoritur, Gedilo camioretiu, avi namor, Joli keilum ho, I'll calori mil, I'll maquerele, Alleluia, my Kilo, I'll have you. Kilam hila chulu ke marketno amor. I wish I had more to say to you in English, but I know that that's just going to help your heart expand even more and help you be exactly your authentic self. And you need to know that you shine so brightly that I believe that I can speak for everybody on the panel when I say that your light is beaming and it's beautiful. So just, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, like Stacy said.
Thank you, Marcia. Your voice is angelic.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So much fun to have this tool. I love it too. So thank
It's
you.
amazing. Amazing.
All right, great. Anyone else want to share with Dale?
I just want to thank Marcia for the heart healing. Thank you.
You bet. Anytime.
You know, Dale, listening to everybody, I feel very, how to say, just very optimistic of your energy just shining brightly everywhere. The scenes of your table, just so beautiful.
Thank you, Lorelei. Lorelei is my dear friend and my dear mentor for, I don't know, 10 years now.
Yeah, Dale's been coming to the fair for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Just loving, this was fabulous. So thank you. Namaste.
Great. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah.
All right, and we've got another question. All right. Tell me which name we're using, and you are up here on the panel. This is Todd or Henry, I'm not sure. Get yourself unmuted.
Hey there. Am I already up, or I know can you see me?
Yeah, you're up here with us.
Okay, cool. So, let's see, what's my question? Let's see. Um, Sometimes I come to these things, I'm just like, I want to do a question, and I don't know what the question is yet. I just make it up on the spot. So, sometimes I make up a question that coming from Beyond Meditation, a class in Delray here that I'm in, or a kind of weekly thing, and there's a channeler, and I have a dual part question, so I'll be very selfish here, but it all ties together. And one is, so when I go into this meditation, and there's a space where um, okay, you're going into the meditation, and then your mind content is coming through, and then you kind of kind of go into that mind content, and you realize you're in that for a while, and then you're subconscious, and then you're out of consciousness, and then sometimes you go past the mind content, and you go into this non-existent state, and then you come back, and there's a memory of what happened in the non-existent state, right? And now I'm curious, is that a, can I become conscious in the non-existent state, or is it the gap between the unconscious state or the non-existent state where the watcher doesn't follow, where you come back and you're in the conscious state? I'd like to remember more or stay conscious in that other state. And it's something hard to do. And the other part was just about the channeler there. She went into different voices and stuff, and she definitely loses consciousness when she channels. And I'd like to remain conscious if I ever learn to channel. And is that a kind of like a stage of like, as you get better, you become a conscious channel, or is it you just choose between becoming conscious or unconscious? Or, and finally, she had different voices and stuff like that. One was a young girl's voice, one was an older lady's voice, and one was like a booming man's voice, kind of like a little more authoritative. And I was wondering, is that like maybe fifth dimensional beings or something like that? And if she were to become conscious, she could actually filter out of that noise and get into the seventh and eighth, you know? So that's my question. And I hope it's not too technical. So,
Nope, not at
uh,
all. Well, these are awesome questions. I really relate to the wanting to understand it a lot. And I spent years in that space of like, how is this happening? What is happening? Who am I channeling? Is it are these my soul extensions? Are these my galactic family? Is this my angelic? Are these elementals? And really what I've learned to do. And as I've become more lighter with this work, as I've learned to just trust and stop, I was getting in my way. So when I was processing that exactly what you're saying, I worked through that it took me years to work through that. And I was just blocking myself the whole time. And I honestly had to stop looking it up. I had to stop looking at what other people were doing. I had to stop comparing myself. I had to absolutely just surrender and trust that what was coming through was for the highest and best. And I have a very strong practice of opening up space. Like before we got on this call, I did all of my work to create my container for myself as a vessel, to trust that what is meant to come through will come through. And what I've learned especially in doing group activations and one-on-one work, I believe it's all of the above that is coming through. And I don't worry about it. I let God sort it out, to be totally honest. I let the guides, God, your higher self, whoever I'm working with or whoever I'm channeling for, I let them sort it out, and I get out of the way. And I just allow the frequencies to flow. And you are right. There are different frequencies that will step in. Sometimes when it's really fast and it's really sort of, earlier when we started, we did an intro and it was coming in so quick. It was because there was a lineup of energy that wanted to come through at the same time. Sometimes the mechanics of my mouth can't always handle also the speed in which the energy wants to flow. And when I was first starting, I was starting by just having a couple of sounds, couple of phrases or sentences would kind of repeat again and again and again. But the energy behind those phrases would always sometimes shift. And as I got more and more confident and comfortable in opening myself up to getting myself in a state of allowing more. They would practice with me. So I would be doing the dishes or driving. Oh my goodness. When I drive, you're just in a little bit of a hypnotic state enough that like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I understand
And
that.
so like they'd have me repeat different words. So in the car a lot is actually when I learned to expand how my mouth will work with them and how they want me to work. And lately I have noticed it changes. I can do a lot of clicking. You'll hear the clicking. I don't want to overthink it, but I have. So I'll share. I definitely get I have angelic vibes.
Fair,
I have a lot of mantis vibes. I have a lot of galactic energy that I work with. And when I work with people one-on-one, I usually feel a lot of galactic, angelic, or elemental energy, but I really don't think about it anymore. And it does get easier, right? So as you
because
meditate,
you're just categorizing what's out in the zeitgeist anyway. You're not really, it's an archetypal thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I have a way of just setting my container that's really clear and sovereign, and I trust it completely. So only allowing that, and which is for the highest and best for myself and the people that I'm working with to come in and come through. And I'm very, very aware of the of the frequency of the energies.
And it feels like an emotional regulation thing, not a mental regulation, right? You're doing it with emotional knowledge, of that energy coming out.
Yes,
Okay.
it's coming through now. Yes. Yes. And yes. As a matter of fact, at the MeWe fair in Portland, I had this incredible starseed activation. I was just kind of channeled on the spot to do this, and it was really awesome. So I had like 10 people, and we all held hands, and we opened the space and we did a little bit of energy work. And then I got in the middle of the circle and they were holding hands, and I was able to channel for each individual person the codes that they needed. And it was I don't know I don't know if Kylie is still here. She might be gone. But yeah, I mean, it was such a powerful thing for everybody involved. And I had never done that before either. And so it was awesome to be able to just pull in these energies for the different people in the circle.
Yes.
Would you like to receive something for yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's the best part, right?
Okay.
So I'm asking the technical question. Let's get some fun stuff too.
Yeah. So go ahead and just kind of close your eyes and drop your shoulders and soften your field and open your heart. I'll get my mic closer. Open your heart. And just allow yourself to be ready to receive. Oops. Nia katuriata iya shaka iya na iya turi iya ki ani kuri atani iya Ania kuria sa atani ia shaki atia tia tia niria sa kuya kia tanani ia tia 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 ani kuria sa atia ya niria kuya ta ia kuria aya ya niria kuya sa tia tia haturia si ia ta kuri atani ia shaki dinia kru tiki taka tuku taka aniki ata ia ta hanna kuria sa ia ta ia niria kuya ta ia shakatanna ia tia hatu kuria ta aya ya nia kuwa shakasata i atana i aki aturi anaya ya aka asa ta asi tu uwa shakata ania ti tana niria sakuria atana shakatania kuya hatta ata uwa shaka atani turi akti anaki aka asata ti haka ana uria hanna iri kuwa shakatana ya. And breathing that in and allowing yourself to receive. Nia saturi akana iya shakasania ki anaya. Yeah, and sometimes it's hard for me to stop too. That's another thing we're working on is like cut.
Feels good, right?
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions for the group or anything else you want to ask around that?
I didn't come that prepared.
Yeah.
All right. And others might have, some responses for you. I just feel like any practice, that helps you get into a state where your mind is not as active. Be really, really helpful.
And shutting off that mental body is very hard. And purely emotional body is just like that shift is not easy sometimes. It's like, especially if you're coming off driving and doing things. Or if you're driving, you can because you've been zoning into driving, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes
go ahead. Sorry, Larry.
Go ahead.
We were just talking about the divine feminine, the divine masculine, your divine inner child. Like that's really what it is. And that embodiment piece and coming into wholeness within ourselves. It's like, realizing when your brain wants to take over and rationalize and understand, you're white knuckling things to figure it out. That's when you got to let your hands off the wheel and let yourself flow, let yourself move and breathe and expand, and give yourself permission to not have it figured out. Give yourself permission to feel into it. Give yourself permission to embody in your physicality where that energy is coming from when you meditate, when you move, when you channel. And then the combination of those two in divine harmony is that divine inner child, that divine frequency that allows you to be playful, that allows you to create. And from that place of creation and that playfulness and that combination of like just being more whole, I think is really where the magic happens. And I know the divine inner child is like where I need to be more. It's like it might, put more emphasis into that and play. And when I allow myself to play, like one of my favorite things to do is learning to open up, is like just going on a walk and listening to the energies in the trees or in the forest. So like, how can you, as you're learning to expand your practice in using your light language or your channeling abilities or opening up, how can you incorporate more playfulness and flow into it? It's really important, I think, because I was there too. I mean, I'm a type A Virgo by day, really. And so for me to really let go of that, I've had to really work on it. Yeah. Sorry, Lorelai. Sorry. Go ahead.
I just to say that, right, so classically people often talk about meditation, but there are all kinds of different things that can work for this, right? So I used to throw on the pottery wheel and, aiming to get clay centered and throwing and being so aware of the sensations of my fingers and how thick the walls are and how I'm moving things, and anything that you can get hyper focused on that you're not thinking about, but that you're feeling or experiencing in your body. Like, so I float on water. So letting myself get so hyper aware of the floating and the feeling of floating and how I could like relax another part of my body more. Like just finding some things like that for you, I think would be really, really great.
I think in relation to others, that's really helpful for me, like when we do auth games and stuff. So, and being playful with that with social atmospheres is kind of like I can sometimes, if I'm in a meditation, I'm in a good group, and the air becomes watery, and like the atmosphere of the surroundings becomes watery and kind of flowy and stuff. I don't know what to explain that, but yeah.
We did a spoon bending class, and like I was having to get into like a mind loose space to do spoon
I missed
bending.
that.
So well, we gotta offer it again. So like, and I guess maybe I could say one of the tips from that, and maybe to help
I
you get
love the
into it.
Matrix, so
Do you
like
remember when you were did you ever as a kid do the
Yeah.
like trying to get a pencil to like feel like you could see it like waving in the, do you know what I mean, Todd?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I think
do
so. You
that
can
with,
see trails,
get a
whatever.
device and get it like that and see how bendy and wavy you can get it.
Okay.
I have to turn off my mind in order to do that. It's illusion,
Okay.
but it's a feeling. I'm actually getting into the waviness of the energy. I'm
The
calming us into
waviness,
things.
yes.
Yeah, so it's like letting my whole self get in there. I feel like it'll really support you and help you with all these kinds of things too.
Okay, I'll try that. Any perfect wavy devices? Pen
But I
or
think,
better than a
but
pen?
this is one that doesn't look like it's right, and to get it to where it
Yeah,
feels
I
like
see a
it's all
little,
wavy.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. Any other responses for Todd?
Yeah.
Do you know how you, when you meditate, how you receive information, like what your like shamanic gifts are, your intuitive senses are, or where you
Well,
lean?
the problem is when I come out of that in between space, so the watcher doesn't follow you into the abyss, or what, not abyss, but the nothingness, right? So then you download the information in between coming back from there and coming into the world. I always lose it there, but when I get it, it's usually visual and emotional, so
Yeah. Yeah.
when
So,
I catch the ride for that visual display,
mhm.
that download, or that, it's kind of like a life review after going into death, right? Kind of like you're dying into nothingness and then you're having a life review. Kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, or something like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
mean, I kind of connected it to that idea, but I don't think it is that way. So
Well, it's interesting
yeah.
because you said you have like clairvoyance and maybe sentience or
Oh, so I think I
clairsentient.
am Claire knowing and Claire thinking and
Mm-hmm.
Claire empathy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
Mm-hmm.
my best guess. So
Great. Yeah. And I think, we have all of them, like we all have all of them really,
right.
but like sometimes
Some
we
of the
just lean
stronger, yeah.
more heavily on some than the others. And I um, was just going
I
to,
grew up in a traumatic environment, so it's not traumatic, but like slightly, and empaths learn from that environment. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
I'm going to suggest too, just because I heard you say it, that you don't lose it, right? So you might feel like you lose it when you get in back into your conscious brain or your thinking brain.
Yes.
But the fact is, when you're riding that wave and you're catching whatever that download is, you're still bringing it back in, even though you might not be fully cognizant of it. It's,
Yes.
you still have the gift of it, right? And it's just a matter of how much of the letting go of the thinking and trying to remember it
Right.
thing can you just feel into it and
And
having
I
that.
know that to be true because in the social environment, there are cues that happen that go, pop, there it is. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Just like a dream that you wake
Like
up from.
someone talks about something and there it is, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah,
oh, right,
like
I
a
had a message for you, right? And then they talk and it's for them, right? So, anyway.
exactly. So yeah, it's like that dream that you was so vivid, it was so vivid, and you wake up and like, what was that dream?
Yeah.
It still kind of colors your day, or as you say, something pops up and you're like, oh, that's who it was. Oh, that's who was in my
And then you're
dream.
like, oh my God, don't forget it now. Uh,
Same because it's the subconscious, right? Versus our consciousness. And
so now for all of you, like when you is it like a muscle you build that you actually get better at,
I
or
think
you just
just
have to wait for it to come in again, So
yeah,
both,
I
right?
think that it's just like anything else, is the more that it happens and the more that you do it and the more that you let go of the, oh, I forgot what it was. The grasping, right?
Yeah.
The more that you can, and as you practice that more, it will stay with you. It
Yes.
starts to stay with you longer and more often.
Worse than
Mhm.
that, even in the States, I see my mental body come in and change the formations of the view. And then it's like I'm adding content to the spirit information, right? And then it's like I see a bird and my mind thinks of a dog, and there's a dog there all of a sudden, when really they want to go on the bird track and my mind wants to go on the dog track.
It's just your brain inserting, yeah.
And it's again, if
Too
you can
much to
engage it as
do. Yeah.
play, but if you can engage it in play and not get upset with your mind for doing this, that is a way that you'll
Yes, that's true. You're
stay
right. I
open to
do
the
very much
message.
go, get out of there. Yeah.
Mess
So
around with it, yeah.
Yeah. So this came up in spoon bending too. So that's why like
Sure.
'cause a bunch of us like we'd start to bend when finally we'd get it and we'd start to bend the spoon and then our brain, I experienced this myself and I watched other people do it. My brain was like, oh my God, I'm bending the spoon. And while it was
and then
bending, it
you
would
lose it.
suddenly go
Yeah.
and it would just stop right there because I pulled myself out of the space, out of the
So
portal.
true. So true. Yeah.
So yeah, just gotta learn to flow with it.
Keep it
Hmm.
playful.
Right.
Yeah. And love ourselves for whatever it is, whatever we're experiencing, whatever's happening.
Todd,
Right.
your name's Todd, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So, okay. Um, do you know your human design by any chance?
I have heard people that do human design. I almost got that done once, but I have never done it.
Okay.
No.
So, when you look it up, because you will now, because we planted that seed. So
Oh boy.
you're gonna get curious now. So when you look it up, see if you've got your root chakra filled in, because I have a feeling that you probably do. And those of us who do need to be really, we need to be grounded. We need to have the information, right? And I'm a Capricorn, Virgo Capricorn, so my Lord, do I have to have the information. And so it was really hard for me to let go of that, even though I
Yeah.
knew I was doing this all the time. It was really hard for me to let go of all, like,
Mhm.
how does it happen? What does it do? And so
Right.
that's part of what I help people move into, is that allowing rather than doing anything.
Yes.
And having to figure it out. So
Okay.
would you like just a little bit of what I do as well? Would you like me to sing for you?
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
go for it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure there was a question there.
That's all
Yeah.
right. That's all right.
That's
So you
okay.
want to just let your eyes fall shut and just relax as much as
Okay.
you can and let it take you wherever you go. Oh, and this is interesting. So This will be a little bit different from what I've done before, so that's all right. How do I begin trying to explain everything I feel so delicately paved? We are only human. We all make our mistakes, but you were always there to tell me you would be okay. Oh, you're everything to me. Oh, you're everything I need. Oh, you're all that I am breathing in. I'll take a moment to recall the beauty that you are. Woke up in a haze, quietly ashamed, trying to find my place here on this earth again. When your scent reminds me how much our love has changed. You and I together making memories full of grace. Oh, you're everything to me. Oh, you're everything I need. Oh, you're all that I am breathing in. There's nothing more I'd rather do than lay with you again. Ooh. Ooh. If only I could lay with you again. Oh, you're everything to me. Oh, you're everything I need. Oh, you're all that I am breathing in. If only I could breathe you in again. Breathe you in. Okay, so the couple of things that came up while I was singing that is that a knowing is the hardest one to verify. And the way I get my knowing to come through is that I have to speak it. I have to get the energy moving somehow. So there are a few things that I do, and one of them is moving my fingers like this. One of them is moving my toes and wiggling my toes. And then I sink in, and I can't even, I picture myself just sinking into myself so that I can get the right answers. It's not going up and out of myself, it's sinking into myself. And that might work really good for you. And then the other thing that might work really good that came to me is somehow connecting the two sides of your brain. So you might want to like snap your fingers on either side of you. You might want to tap something on either side of you, but anything you can do to try to bridge across the two sides of your brain so that both sides are working on whatever it is. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Makes me think of DBT and Wise Mind, where you try to merge those two atmospheres, those two things.
Yeah.
But like during it, when I was doing it, I had first I saw the images of an energy I usually see, and then I started getting self-aware that I'm in a video call, and then and then I think I started having things come, but I was really just in silence. And then I realized I wasn't in silence. I was in a lot of self-talk. I heard a lot of
Oh.
self-talk. And then I started stacking the things I want to say when I come out of it because I can't remember real well. So I was stacking. And then and then and then you said the DBT thing, and I made me think of DBT. So that's what happened to me. Yeah. So, but I don't know if I cued into the emotional body too much because I think I'm just coming off a lot of previous stuff I just came from and a lot of energies and stuff. But definitely I was silent for good portions of it, and the mind was silent. But there is some of this activity, like I said. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I also want to jump in and just respond to that because simultaneous things can happen at the same time when you're meditating. You know, like I can light language, I can understand, I can move my hands, I can have ideas of the theme or the colors. So having multiple things happen at once doesn't mean you're meditating incorrectly. It just means that there's a lot to move through, right? So maybe
It
not
is,
thinking.
and how it happens for me is like it's attention, 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 and it's not like attention, you know? So like in Buddhism, they say what you're paying attention to is your reality, right? So I'm not, so if I grab something, I don't like go deep into it sometimes. And I think I want to say that with that lack of attention, I'm trying to grab more of that, but it's kind of like haphazard a bit. And I guess I do judge myself a little bit when I don't attend to those things and try to grab more out of it. And I do judge things that are mind versus emotion and so forth. And it's hard to navigate that because I do judge that. And I get third eye stuff where when I'm in social situations, I can see 20 different outcomes, which I know 20 of them, 18, 20, 15 won't happen, 3 might happen, and 2 probably will, or one of the 2 probably will. But navigating lots of things at once is very hard with the third eye and other things that are coming in. So
one thing,
yeah.
I just want to jump in, and it might be good if you come up with a phrase, something like, "Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know." You know, so when it starts happening and you've got all these things you're thinking, "Oh, wait, I don't want to know. I don't want to know." So in a gentle way, just kind of like letting them float around, go around you, right? And just focus on this, "Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know," and like have an awareness of not knowing.
Yeah, the spirit, the energies used to lie to me. I don't think it was lying to me. It was trying to get me to learn how to discernment. But I used to call it the lying spirit because I have schizoaffective disorder and I have to deal with that. And so I have a lot of these energies that are lying and from past 3D life and also just interactions with other lower life things. But like I think see, I lost it. I don't know where I was going
It's
with that, but
great.
somewhere
I don't
around
want
there
to
was a
know.
topic. Yeah.
I don't want
I
to
don't want to
know.
know. Oh, the lying spirit.
Yeah.
So then I trained it to not lie. Yeah. And I don't know what this
Great.
interaction is, and I don't know if this energy is God or is it a being or is this and
But
throwing
to
all these
remember, it's like, I
archetypes
don't
and
want to know. I don't
I
want
know
to
I don't want to
know.
know. I just want to know what you have to say, right? What do you have to say? I'll
Well,
think about telling someone else
I
about
mean, that
it.
was my question for you too. Like, what is your goal when you meditate? What is your goal when you want to go deep? What's,
Honestly, to study it, not really to
uh-huh.
engage with
See,
it.
this is
Yeah,
this,
so
yeah. So you're
Yeah.
getting what you're asking for. Because
I
what
am.
study is your, it's not about the mind, it's
And I
about the
do want to
heart.
study it only because I feel, and some people say you can't like have the mental body involved, but really what I want to do is align the chakras so that the source energy is flowing into the desire body, the intentional body or desire body, whichever one's first, then the causal body and the physical, the
And
mental body and the emotional body and so on. And so I can bring more into the 3D that's not normally there because it has to filter through the mental mind first.
but
And it doesn't really get there, you know,
but just even
unless you
iterate.
go
You
through
say
that
all the
mental.
different things. I'm going to say, are you wanting to best experience Or you
Big.
wanting to
I want to best
know?
experience it from an authentic realm so that I can communicate it to people in a more reduced framework.
Yeah, and so experiencing is gonna, you have to allow your mind to close down a little, empty out more so that you
Okay.
can get more experience in.
All right.
I think you should
And I
go.
can feel my energy heightened right now, so I'm like really excited. Yeah. So I'm gonna tune that down for a bit. Yeah. So
I think
anyway,
you should do some ecstatic dancing. I think that's how you
I
should
have
do
done that.
it.
That's a lot of fun.
I think
And I
that's
find
a,
myself sometimes guiding it in the way I want, and then sometimes I'm just letting it go, right?
yeah,
So,
just letting
and
it
this is a
go.
Yeah,
big
let
dance
it go.
between guiding and letting go, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Great
Yeah.
questions.
All
Very
right,
good.
Thank you.
great. Thank you
All
so much,
Mm,
Todd.
right. Bye-bye. See you later.
Thanks for being so
Thank,
open. Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah,
sharing.
it's great.
Here's what we did.
All right, I think we've got another question here. So I was asking if you wanted to come up on stage. Did you want to come up on stage? I think you know who's next. Make sure you're still here. Oh, yeah. Or did you want to ask from there? It's up to you, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, what is your question for us?
I don't know. I don't know. Tomorrow's my birthday, and yeah, I don't know. I guess around my life purpose or mission or next steps. What are my next steps? I don't know. I don't have a specific question.
And no, it's fine, whatever your answer is. Did you feel motivated in some way because it was sound healing panel? Simply it was one of our MeWe panels, and you know that these are supportive of you. Like if there's some way you felt drawn to the theme, you don't have to have. I'm just curious.
Yes, and it's my birthday tomorrow. Yes, but yeah, I
Well, I
love.
get your birthday, but why sound? Why sound in particular? Or just it was close to your birthday. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I love healing and sound. I grew up by the ocean, so that helps me. Like I just like that sound and yeah. Waterfalls. I just like sound in general. Yeah.
Are you
Music.
near any water now?
I'm probably like 6 miles away from the beach, so not close.
Okay, but you're at least you live that close.
hmm
And it's probably, is it dry right near where you live, or is there other water that flows nearby?
I don't think the LA River's near me, but yeah, there's just the Pacific Ocean and different little marina harbors and stuff. Little man-made stuff.
And do you have any way that water is going to be part of tomorrow for you?
I'm gonna be at a conference all day, but yeah, I've been spending a lot of time the whole summer by the ocean, so that's been helping me get through my very stressful job. And they transitioned me to a new job, and yeah, and it was equally or more stressful. So yeah, the ocean has been helping me through all the turbulent changes. Yeah, because I was away from it for a while because I was living in Alaska. So
Yeah, if any of you want to do something, jump in. I'm just thinking of different things while we're waiting. You're muted, so Stacy, if you want to. Yeah, okay, no, none of you are jumping in, so I'm just going to talk, but tell me to be quiet when you have something. I'm just thinking about having some water in your space. I don't want the like electronic noise of things, so I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'm just thinking about like fountains and some like high quality electronic sound of water or something like that. I'm just regularly in your space. What's that? Yeah, bath.
It'd be simple. Yeah.
I don't. Which part are you? Are you by the Pacific Ocean? Where are you?
yeah,
Is that
I'm
what
in
you
Los
said?
Angeles.
Okay, you're in LA. Okay, great. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I just
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
grew up
always
Tennessee.
dry. Mhm.
Well, Cindy, I can just do a little alignment with you and see what comes through, and we'll go from there. Does that feel okay?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes and just drop your shoulders away from your ears and feel into your body a little bit. Allow your heart to open And feel the back of the body, the back of the heart open as well. So feel into your physical body, your physical heart. And imagine inside of your beautiful heart is a light, a beautiful light. And that light is growing bigger and bigger and bigger with your attention and your awareness. And you can feel that light begin to expand outside of your physical heart. And maybe feel that light grow a little bit brighter. And just pause and notice if that light has any color or sensation attached to it. How does it feel? And giving yourself permission to allow that inner light to grow even brighter and bigger. And this is your divine crystalline heart. This is your unique divine blueprint, the essence of who you are. And allow your heart light to grow outside of your physical body and into your auric field. Allow the light to grow and to push out anything that no longer serves you, that is no longer needed from your field. So maybe you can even breathe into your heart and with an exhalation, pushing anything out. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling. 1 more time. Nia saturia sata ia kana ia shakatana urikata kanaya ta'a. Hannu uria saata shia sata ia ka anaya. Niria satia kuria saatania ki ashakatanaya. Nia sakuria saatania ia katanaya. Aturu urita ata urita atania urita katanaya ya. And I'm seeing kind of like this beautiful golden spiral in between your shoulder blades in the back of the body. Nia shakaturia sana iya kananaya nananaya. Sunudura sakia tia. So feel the golden light between the shoulder blades. Akaturia sa ania ki asania turia sa tania ki atanaya ya nakuwa shakatanaya ya. Breathing into the space between the shoulder blades and feel if you can activate your angelic wings. Asha suturia satania iya katanaki ashakatana iya tatatanaya. Nia kuria sa atania ki atana iya te ataturia sa akaniria sa turia ki atania ki atania. Shasata iya katanana tataya hanna kuria sa atania ki tatana akata iya sa taania. And just feel like these beautiful wings of yours open up. Akaturia satania ki ashakatania ti atia takuria ta anaya. And feel this incredible golden light around your auric field, around these beautiful wings. Shasaturia sa ayakata anna iyakata iyata iyakuria anniki asania ki anana. Shasakuri akanna iyasatania. Sha sakuria saatania iya katanaya iya tatasania. And there's something here just around the healing, around this energy in the back of the heart to allow your angelic wings to spread. Asha suturi asania ki atanaya tatatasania ki anaya. Just feeling into this a little bit more for you. Asha suturi asania iya katana iya ka atana iya kaya na. And I feel like there's something in here that maybe is around, I don't know if this is around your work that you do or maybe work that you should be doing, but like, there's something about your essence that is really impactful when you work one-on-one with people and when you work with in service. There's an energy of service, but it's a heart service. Like, I don't know if it's working with children or working with the elderly or the homeless, but there's something about your beautiful heart and your beautiful blueprint that might thrive or might need this connection of reaching out and working with humans, people, humans, they're saying humans, in a very compassionate way. Is that something that you do currently in your work?
Yeah, I'm a social worker. I work
Okay,
with
well, that
homeless,
totally.
homeless adults. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is a part of your this is your work, is helping people, and there's no mistake that this is what you're doing. So if there's something that's not satisfying to you around your current circumstance, around your job, the work is probably more around giving yourself the self-care or the boundaries, or there's some work that you might need to be able to do with yourself that will allow you to take in your job in a more healthy way, because the work that you're doing is actually really important. It's important for your soul, it's important for your being. So if there's some mismatch there that you're not getting what you need from your job, it's there's something in there that you can maybe just start to like dig into a little bit to get a little more it's boundaries is what I'm getting. I'm getting boundaries from that. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Nakaturi akiya shakatana iakiatanaya. Akashkurias ayakiana. Shasaturi asaniya ki atanaya. So what can we do about this? I'm just asking, sorry. Nashasi aturia satana iya katanaya. Nirya saturia saniya iya katataya iya shakatanaya. And I'm seeing your toes in the sand, at the beach. Akaturia sanu, yep. And get it, nakua shakasiya taki anaya. And allowing yourself to give it back to the earth. Give it back to the earth. Niya shakaturia sa'a. The healing frequencies of the earth's energies are actually very, very clarifying and potent for you. So allowing yourself to, the bare feet in the sand is really coming through really, really strongly. So letting the water over your feet, over your ankles, feeling your feet in the sand, using nature as a healing tool to help you clear whatever is weighing you down around your boundaries or your job, so that you can do your job with more ease. Niya shakuriatana iyakatasana. And you are enough. You are enough. So honestly, if you did nothing, what I'm getting is if you did nothing more than just show up with your open heart to whatever it is that you're doing throughout your day, that is enough. Niya shasaturia sakaniya ki atanaya. You are enough. Akasaturi akanaya. And it's important for you to keep your heart open, to not harden your heart. Don't harden your physical heart. Allow your heart to be open and soft, even when it feels uncomfortable or unjust, or there's something that wants to close your heart down. It's almost like your mission is to keep your heart open so that your heart frequency can continue to impact and heal those around you. Whew, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whew. Thank you.
I don't know why you're sorry for that, because that was beautiful. So
I was gone. I left the room. I woke up
It's
and here we
great. It was
are.
great. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, good deal. Yeah,
Thank
perfect.
you.
So, oh yes, more self-care for you, Cynthia. Let me sing for you and see what comes through, okay?
Okay.
All right, so just again, relax and keep yourself open and let the music take you wherever you go. Sheketil amor helokur I'll kill Shenani lo tu I'll kill Shiva kolomur aukeilor Shiur nelekor euleniur Shinhala Om Shikolino Majetiu Omar Koliwiluru Shilokoli Amoritiu Valeriu O God, Ole So can I remove some past life energy for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you need to know a whole story around it?
Sure, let's do it.
That's part of the fun, right?
Absolutely.
So, there's this energy of, let's see, let me see if I can find you a year or an approximate year. It feels like France. You're in a castle, and oh, maybe the revolution, because the feeling is that you like, I don't know if I've never experienced this before, but it's like you came into that lifetime 2 different times. It's entirely possible. I just haven't experienced it before. Because got killed by getting your head cut off, your neck cut off, and the other one was that's interesting. Hanging, and then there's a drowning element to it too. So, yikes. They really didn't want you to make it through, right?
I believe
So,
all that.
And that's led to you being in this lifetime where you feel like you can't trust what's coming through for you. You can't trust yourself. And therefore you have this inner talk of, I can't, I won't, I'm not good enough, I'm not whatever. Or it's beating yourself up because you made a mistake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just unwrap the noose. Take a deep breath and feel all that air coming into your lungs and know that you're safe in this space. And then keep doing that a few times so that you know that you can breathe all the way down to your pelvic bones. And that you're safe breathing, and it's okay to breathe all the way down there. It's okay to breathe until you make yourself lightheaded. That's actually pretty good for us. And then see the golden thread of healing. Put your neck back together, healing those bones. The bones from the break and the bones from being cut off. Allow your shoulders to relax because they don't have to hold your neck together anymore. See all that healing happen all the way around your neck. So your throat can open up. You can say the things that you need to say, because that's been a problem too. And just allow yourself to settle in that safe place for a little while. Okay, and thank you.
Great. Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see, Cynthia. There might be a bit more for you. You are moving into the waves of your birthday. And just see if something else is here. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Other practitioners are sharing happy birthday. Yeah, so I just an invitation if there's something else. I know one of you haven't shared. If you want to, you can. No pressure, if there's nothing here.
I would just reiterate, just keep going, don't get discouraged. And there's a lot of that, and angelic support is really around you a lot. So feel free to tap in and call in your divine assistance whenever you feel like you need some support, or if you start to feel, even a little bit dark is what's coming in for me. And it's okay just to be really kind and compassionate to yourself and know that you are enough. That just keeps coming through. So happy birthday.
I keep seeing you eating these like Medusa green salads on the ocean, on the beach. I'm like, so healthy food on the beach.
Yes.
I was actually at the beach today eating seaweed salad, so it looks like
Oh, I
Medusa.
love
Here, so
seaweed.
there you go. Maybe you saw my lunch today.
Oh, yeah. Just so appreciate you caring for yourself and choosing to be here tonight and letting us support you. I didn't see you in the beginning of the panel, so I know when I get it uploaded, definitely listen to the beginning again. I feel like that will be supportive of you too, Cynthia.
Thank you.
All right, great. All right. Just checking practitioners if there's anything else or
Anything else?
well, happiest birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you for letting us celebrate you. All right, well,
Thinking of the
practitioners.
Stevie Wonder song.
All right, well, practitioners, we are coming to the end of our panel. I will put all of your information in the chat again, and then we'll go around and have everyone check out. So go ahead and tell everyone again what you do and what your special is if you have a special, and how people can reach you online. So the people listening to the recording later, they can reach out to you if they want. Yeah, who wants to share first? And feel free to make, if you want sounds or anything that you want to share on the way out, you're welcome to do that too.
Yep.
One of you want to go?
Sure.
Okay.
Stacy Freeman. My company is Stacy Wellness. You can find me at stacywellness.com. And also with the free New Moon sound therapy meditations. It's an educational workshop as well as a sound therapy meditation. You can find me there. And my special, you can see the link here. You can go directly there and book a session if you'd like. It's a 1 hour session that I usually charge $111 for. It's 30% off at $77 for the people who are attending here tonight. So we can either make that a guided meditation, or I can take you through the steps and help clear energy from the body. It really, we customize the experience together. And that's that. You can find out more about me on my website.
And just if you didn't spell your website, please spell it for the people that are on the video so they know how to spell your first name.
Yeah, just right here. It's Stacy Wellness, STACEY Wellness, WELLNESS.com.
Great, great. All right, who else wants to go?
I'll jump in. I'm Natasha Jones. You can find me at Cosmic Heart Priestess on Instagram a lot, and sometimes Facebook. And my website is also cosmicheartpriestess.com. I have a $20 off one-on-one sessions right now for this special. And it's very much what I just did with Cynthia, but for like an hour. So that's very much what the one-on-ones look like. And then I'm doing a light language mentorship program, really geared toward healers, light workers, starseeds, who feel like they want to kind of embody more of their light language and really need help with the empowerment piece and all the questions that go around what light language is and what it's all about. So excited about that as well. That's an 8-week container with me, 4 sessions with like some homework and some really great activities in between. $444 through September. My MeWe special. Really great to be here. Thanks, Lorelai, for the invitation. It's been really great to sit with all of you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much, Natasha and Marcia.
This has been a super cool panel. So yes, thank you for the invitation, and thank you all for being fabulous. My name is Marcia Culver, MarciaColver, and you'll need that for everything that I'm on. That.com is my website, and I wanted to mention, because I hadn't before, I do have a live show streamed through Goldilocks Productions, and it streams live on Rumble, BitChute, and X. And it's on my private X account, which I couldn't even tell you what that is, because I didn't get to have Marsha Culver. So let's see. I'm on a panel for an expo coming up. If you're anywhere near Montana or want to be in Montana, it's in Helena, Montana, October 19th. And that's going to be really fabulous. So I want to shout out to that a little bit. And yes, Stacy, you have permission to reach out to me separately. Of course, yeah. So what I do is I sing so that I can help you move into the space you were meant to be in. So I help you with getting into a hypnotic state. I do several different forms of hypnosis. We might look at past lives. We might look at generational healing, because I'm, a contributor to books on that as well. I do massage and body work and Reiki, and combine it all together to help you be the best you can be. So I appreciate being on tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who was watching too.
Well, thank you so much. It's been thrilling having all of you here. We appreciate Jan being on earlier. Her information's earlier in the recording. And so thank you everyone for being here, being an audience, for all of you asking questions. This is what allows us to have a panel. Practitioners volunteering to be in the panel, jumping in to be in the panel, and people showing up. All right, we all get to grow and expand and connect together. You can find out more about all of our events at MeWeFairs.com. And for those of you that are here tonight, tomorrow night we have a practice circle where you can get a chance to either open your intuition, open your gifts, or practice and strengthen your gifts by doing practice sessions with each other and with some other practitioners that are helping be mentors at the event. And then on Saturday night, we have an online fair. We have probably about 12 practitioners that are going to be at the online fair. You can find out all about this on our MeWe Fairs website and our MeWeFairs.com website, and on our MeWe Fairs Facebook page, and all those different places. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We are excited to be doing events online. All right, here we go. Recording off. Is it off?